Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever stirred a spoonful of sugar into your morning coffee and wondered where those tiny, sweet crystals actually come from? It's a journey far more fascinating than you might imagine, a story of science, engineering, and incredible transformation. Today, we're going on an exclusive tour inside a modern sugar processing factory to uncover the sweet science behind one of the world's most beloved ingredients. We'll follow the entire process, from the moment the sugarcane arrives from the fields to the final, sparkling crystals that end up in your kitchen. So, grab a snack, maybe something sweet, and let's get started on this delicious adventure. Our journey begins in the vast sugarcane fields, where towering stalks, some reaching over 10 feet tall, soak up the sun. Once mature, these canes are harvested, often by massive, specialized machines that cut the stalks at their base and chop them into smaller, more manageable billets. Time is of the essence here. As soon as the cane is cut, its sugar content starts to decrease. So, a fleet of trucks is on standby, ready to rush the freshly harvested cane to the processing mill, sometimes within just a few hours. When you see these trucks lined up, it's a race against time to preserve every last drop of sweetness. As the trucks arrive at the factory, they dump their massive loads onto conveyors. The first order of business is a good cleaning bill. The sugarcane billets are washed with powerful jets of water to remove any dirt, leaves, and other field debris. You wouldn't want a side of soil with your sugar, right? After their bath, the clean canes head to the shredders. These are powerful machines with rotating knives and hammers that tear the tough stalks into a fibrous pulp-like material. This step is crucial because it breaks open the hard plant cells, making it much easier to extract the precious sugary juice inside. Think of it like preparing fruit for a smoothie. You've got to break it down first to get all the good stuff out. Now for the main event, extraction. The shredded cane, now called bogus, moves into the milling tandem. This is a series of massive, heavy-duty rollers that act like giant ringers. The bagasse is squeezed under immense pressure, forcing the sweet juice out. Water is often sprayed onto the fiber between each set of rollers to wash out any remaining sugar, ensuring maximum extraction. The result is two key products: a dark greenish-brown liquid, which is our raw sugar juice, and the dry, fibrous bagasse. This isn't waste, though. The bagasse is an amazing resource. It's often used as biofuel to power the entire factory, making the sugar production process surprisingly self-sufficient and sustainable. It's a perfect example of industrial recycling in action. The raw juice we've collected is sweet, but it's also full of impurities like tiny soil particles, plant fibers, and other organic matter. It's time for clarification. The juice is pumped into large tanks and treated with lime and heat. The lime, which is calcium hydroxide, reacts with the impurities, causing them to clump together into larger particles called floc. This mixture is then sent to a clarifier, a massive slow-moving tank where the heavier solids settle to the bottom as mud, while the clear, lighter-colored juice rises to the top. This clarified juice is now much purer and ready for the next stage. The mud that's filtered out is even returned to the fields as a natural fertilizer. Nothing goes to waste. So, we have our clarified juice, but it's still mostly water, about 85% water. In fact, to get to the crystals, we need to get rid of that water. This is where evaporation comes in. The clear juice is piped into a series of giant vessels called a multiple effect evaporator. Here, the juice is heated under a vacuum. Why a vacuum? Because water boils at a lower temperature under lower pressure. This clever trick saves a huge amount of energy and prevents the sugar from caramelizing or burning, which would ruin the flavor and color. As the juice moves through the series of evaporators, it becomes thicker and more concentrated, transforming into a golden, viscous syrup. We're getting so much closer to our final product now. This thick syrup is then moved to the final, most magical stage, crystallization. It's pumped into another large vessel called a vacuum pan. Here, it's boiled one last time under a vacuum to concentrate it even further until it becomes supersaturated. This is the critical point where sugar crystals can start to form. To kickstart the process, tiny seed crystals of sugar are added to the pan. These microscopic seeds act as nuclei, and the sugar molecules in the syrup begin to attach themselves, growing layer by layer into larger crystals. A skilled operator, known as a sugar boiler, carefully controls the temperature and pressure to grow the crystals to the perfect size. It's a delicate balance of science and art. The final mixture, a thick mass of crystals and molasses, is called masaquit. Now we have our crystals, but they're swimming in a sea of molasses. How do we separate them? The answer is centrifugal force. The masaquit is poured into a centrifuge, which is essentially a large, perforated basket that spins at incredibly high speeds. We're talking over 1,000 rotations per minute. The powerful spinning motion flings the liquid molasses outwards through the holes in the basket, while the heavier sugar crystals are left behind, forming a solid wall against the basket's inner surface. To give them a final cleaning, the crystals are often sprayed with a bit of hot water during the spin cycle. The result? A pile of beautiful, damp, pale golden raw sugar. But we're not quite done yet. This raw sugar still needs to be dried and conditioned before it's ready for packaging. The damp sugar is transferred to a granulator, which is a large rotating drum. Hot air is blown through the drum, tumbling the crystals and drying them completely. From there, the sugar is passed over screens that sort the crystals by size, ensuring a uniform product. Any clumps are broken up, and any crystals that are too large or too small are sent back to be reprocessed. This final step guarantees that the sugar you buy has that perfect, free-flowing consistency we all expect. And there you have it. From a towering green stalk in a sunny field to the fine, white crystals in your sugar bowl. The journey of sugar is a marvel of modern food processing, combining raw nature with sophisticated technology. Finally, the finished sugar is weighed and packaged into everything from small bags for your home to massive sacks for industrial use, ready to be shipped out and sweeten lives all around the world. It's a process that's been refined over centuries, and it's truly incredible to see it in action. Thank you so much for joining me on this sweet journey through the world of sugar production. It's amazing to think about the science and effort that goes into such a common, everyday product. If you found this video interesting, please give it a thumbs up. And do forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you won't miss our next deep dive into how things are made. We'd love to hear what you want to see next, so drop your suggestions in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious.